Hey there, I'm at a different JoAnn, the one I believe Shannon from Another Yarn went to. I'm going to just do little clips and show yarn, but probably not go into too much detail. This is all Draper James. Random menagerie. I'll show you all the menagerie. Here's some big twist. So it's interesting. This one has more of some things and less of other things. There's some big twists that I did not see at the other store. Sprinkled icy? No. Yes, sprinkled icy. Or icing, I guess. Insta knit. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that one before. I wonder if that's like loopy, except for knitting. It's all Caron Jumbo. Sugar and cream. What's that one? I don't know that one. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's Sport Ombre Twist. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's a 3-weight. 308. There's your information. 100% acrylic. 1,000 yards. Any of you ever seen that? I would love to know. Sport ombre twist. It's just Bernat, so that you can get that elsewhere. Here's a bunch of big twist rainbow. Over here we have a million menagerie colors. The twist and lock, I just wanted to point that out if you're looking for that. The Susan Bates twist and lock. And everybody's favorite giant hooks. Look at that. 25 millimeters. All right. And over here, like I said, all the menageries. There's more in another section too. This is all Big Twist Menagerie. For those of you in Colorado, this is the Park Meadows JoAnn. And then, what's that? That's Lollipop Twisty. It's down there. And I'm just showing, oh, there's more of that bright orange. At least that's not the neon yellow. There's some Shannon from Another Yarn type color. Here's some of that mandala bonus bundle. And over here we have loopy yarn, which shockingly I saw somebody buying a lot of that, so there is a market for that. So there are people that love that. All right, this is all Bernat. And a ombre. Sugar and cream. Just like, as you can see, just tons and tons of yarn. However, I've heard there are some other JoAnns and there's some thread, but again, not quite the color I was needing. And they don't even have that wasabi green. There's more big giant things of thread. Alright. This is t-shirt yarn. I did not see any of that at the other store. More blanket yarn. There's a bunch of, I'm gonna just walk down here. Baby bunny. I know some of you really like that. Feels like butter. Love this yarn. That's one of my favorite yarns. This one's even softer. Love that yarn. And then a bunch of ice cream. That's DK weight. Anyway, I might remove vocals and voice over all this. Softy baby cards. What's this one? Ooh, that's not soft. That's just Bernat Baby Sport. That one's not soft. The other one was soft. Ooh, did not care for that. Chuck is probably like, oh my gosh, all of that cotton. So much cotton. Oh, look at that fun rainbow cotton. All right, there's an aisle. There's an aisle. I think this is where I found some more menagerie. There's the Totally Tweed. I think there was some menagerie down here. Yeah, this one. Somebody at my crochet club was working with this one. It's called Gray Fox, but it's definitely green, so I think that's interesting. That is a menagerie I had not seen before. It's beautiful, and it was working out beautifully. There's all that menagerie. Totally tweed, menagerie. So I had some of that green color. More of that Gray Fox and then some Karen 1 pound in the Eddie Bauer. I did get a ball of this because I need that for my D&D project. I was really hoping for black. That is not black, that's navy. I was looking for black, but we'll just go with this for now. It's fine. I'll make it work. But we know black yarn is not the same. This is all big twist. Now this is K&C. There's some K&C. I've not seen a lot of that. There's some K&C. And Woolies. I know that's one of their big ones. Now blanket perfect phasing. That's phasing. Burnett blanket is beautiful. Color on the halo. So, which one's that? That's Harbor Frost. That's blue. That's the Roseberry Frost. These racks. Alright. Plush. The plush yarn. Burnett blanket. Just all the yarns, more blanket, lots of blanket yarn. Forever fleece, that is super soft, never have worked with that. Grimy square. Or menagerie. Ooh, and a really cool, ropey looking rainbow yarn. That's really nice. What is this rainbow? All right. And then of course here the Woobles yarn is much more limited. That's it. Here's the big yarn cakes. Here's that muted rainbow of the mandala bundle. And here we have the diamond painting. So it's all Diamond and Dots brand. I'm thinking that's not a diamond painting. Kind of funny. Oh, that's cute. An old typewriter with flowers in it. That's cute. I am actually going to go ahead and buy that one. I'll show you that because I just have to, but they have some cute ones here. That's all the diamond painting I see here. Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here to finish up that JoAnn's trip. I kind of was crazy in there with the camera, and I didn't get deep into showing all the yarns and stuff because I was with a friend, and I didn't want to take her time because she had driven. Anyway, so here's what I bought on day one. Oh, before I do that, I'm wearing this shirt. I do my own stunts. If you watch the live diamond painting on Camille's Creations on Friday night, what date was that? The 25th. So in the US, it was already the 26th in a lot of places in the world, but we diamond painted, and I talked about all of my injuries I've caused myself. So thus, I do my own stunts, broken arm. Yeah. Might have just been feet and toes, not feet. Poor Camille's been through the foot thing. I'm just toes. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what I actually purchased, and that's where we're going to end with into this JoAnn video. This is probably the last of it, I would assume. But I did go back and get this rainbow yarn. This colorway. This is the bonus bundle, so it's 300 grams, and it's 1,181 yards, or 1,080 meters. It's a lightweight 3, or DK, I think. I don't know what the plies is on that, but DK. It's called, let me just make sure I actually got 3 of the same. Yes, Gnome. Gnome, Gnome. This is also Gnome. So it's just wrapped differently. So, but I did grab this one on purpose because I liked that it had a little extra green. Ugh, I put that further away than I meant to. All right. And then this is also Gnome. So I got 3 of these because I figured with 3,000 yards of this, well, 3,000 plus, we'll call it 3,000 meters, I can certainly make just about anything I could want to. I also did, okay, so funny story, because of course, I went and bought the blanket yarn for Camille. She's already paid me back, and I just need to ship it to her. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow. I'll get it to UPS. Anyway, I bought the yarn for Camille. Sorry about my little robot. Always when I go to video, it's either my cats or my cat things making all the noise. Anyway, so I went back. Part of why I was going to go back and get this for myself anyway. It was just easier to keep anything I was getting for her separate. However, when I checked out with Camille's yarn, the 2 different green baby blanket yarn, the green colors, I didn't have my reusable shopping bag. Well, in Colorado, we get charged money for bags, and because JoAnn's is going out of business, they don't even have bags to offer you. So I was like, oh no, I dropped my bag. I knew I had a really large bag. Wait, it is up here. I will show that at the end here. Okay, so I went back, and lo and behold, it was right by the color on my halo. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get 2 beeswax. Now, this beeswax will not probably match in terms of dye lot and whatever. This probably will not match the color on my halo beeswax that I have in the circle. So I will probably still potentially be purchasing some of that from Armchair Chef. But I got 2 of these because I want to make a sweater with this for my daughter. Because yellow, not my color. No, I'm too pale. And anyway, but my daughters, both of them look great in yellow. All right, so that's what I got yesterday. Today, which is the video you
this is going at the end of. Today, I did mention that I got this. This is for my Dungeons and Dragons blanket I'm making for D&D blanket I'm making for my youngest daughter's husband, so my other son-in-law. I already have one of these and a black. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. I did not find any of this in black, so based on my design, I think I need more of this anyway. The thing about this is it's the Value Pound Plus. It's 500 grams. It's 1,000 meters, which is 1,093 yards and 17.6 ounces. But like internationally, 1,000 meters. That's a lot of yarn, and it's a 4-weight. This colorway is Varsity Blue. So varsity is a U.S. term that has to do with being top level in a high school sport, just in case you didn't know. Varsity Blue. But that's for a specific cause. Again, I'm trying to only purchase yarn with a purpose. This is probably going to be a blanket for myself too. I haven't decided yet. There's something I'm not going to show that I bought. I bought that for somebody. It's a secret. And then I bought this. This I'm getting for my grandson who is turning 2 that lives in California. But he has a space theme thing going on and the little straws, and I just know this is useful. My oldest stepdaughter is coming here next weekend, so I will give that to her, or I will ship everything to her just so it's more convenient for her. I was like, there's something else, because I spent way too much money for that. This is what I really spent the money on. Now, I guess for what it is, I've never spent this much on a diamond painting, but I went ahead and I got this diamond painting. It is very large. It is a 27 inch by 12 inch or 68.6 centimeters by 30.5 centimeters. So even one side is just slightly bigger than the lighthouse one I've been doing, and the other side is double that. So it's very large, but I ended up spending, I just saw the receipt. Let me tell you. Is this the right receipt? Yeah. So it was $26.39 before tax and all that stuff. So let's call it $27. I understand for this. That is actually, it's licensed. It's got everything in it. It was 40% off, but the original price was $43, I think. Yeah, $44. So I went ahead and got it for myself because I loved Friends. I've used Friends quotes in my classroom. Yeah, so anyway, I think there's Friends quotes that just fit life on the regular. Maybe not pivot, but anyway, love it. So that won't be on my projects for a while. I have way too much crocheting to do, but that's where we're at. That's everything I got except for the thing I'm not showing because it's going to someone. Again, this is going to be a different dye lot. So Armchair Chef Lori, I'm probably going to still buy potentially a beeswax from her, but I wanted 2 that were the same so that I could make a sweater for my daughters who are smaller than I am. Both of my daughters are more than 2 inches shorter than me. My my ex-husband was very barely taller than me. So anyway, I love you all. And yes, my funny story is I dropped my bag. Oh, forgot to grab my bag. Be back in a second. All right. I deliberately took in a giant, look at this, giant reusable bag. Look at how big this is. It fit everything, all of that blanket yarn plus all of these balls of yarn. Fit it, no problem. But I had dropped it right by the Colorama Halo. Imagine that. We'll call it destiny. Anyway, that's it, and that's my funny story that I dropped the bag. Right, that phrase. I dropped the bag. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.